In 2020, 4 friends decided to listen to every one of the greatest 500 albums as decided by Rolling Stone magazine. This resulted in a text chain that celebrated music order. See, I'm sure at the sleepover right now, they're like, he's doing the intro. It led us to making this podcast. We are far from experts. We promise to do almost no research. All opinions are your own unless you disagree. Please sit back and enjoy. Beck did it better. The great thing is, though, about my kid having a sleepover is that I bet these kids, grade A nerds, nerdlingers, as far as the eye can see. You could leave out a pack of cigarettes and a lighter, and they'd be like, oh, "Don't get too close." Like these kids, it's so
Did
great.
you do anything like that just to test them or not?
Yeah. I had, of course, my Bible with a cutout with a bong in the middle of it. So I'm going to leave it out to see if they find what's in the middle. No, that doesn't really make sense, does it? If they opened the Bible, found a bong, guess what? That's back on me. Hey, parents of kids at the sleepover, they found my Bible. That's also a bong. That's on me. Okay.
That book of Luke was wild.
Yeah.
Is that one of the books?
There's some crazy ideas in there.
Hey, I'm going to read to you from the book of Marley 420. Yeah. Ooh, wish I wouldn't have said that last part. Wish I wouldn't have said that last part. That was bad.
That.
I can.
It's the bleep of the week.
Nope. I can I'll just, you know what I'll do is I'll say Aaron said.
It's a new sting, the bleep of the week.
Bleep of the week.
Of the week. It's the bleep of the week. Oh, yeah.
We used to have that.
We had a bleep of the week.
Do we?
Yeah,
we have a bleep of the week?
Rob just doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah, Rob just doesn't bleep anymore. But back in the day when we were couth, when we had jobs and we had cash.
Well, listen, in my day, we had Johnny Cash, Steve Jobs, who's the other one?
Bob Newhart.
And Bob Hope.
Oh, right.
Okay. And now I don't have any cash. I don't have any jobs, and I don't have any hope. I'm terrified about my friend Mike Penis.
What?
I hope he's okay.
What's going to happen to him?
Please.
Hey, Rob, do you know who in my day there was?
Ooh.
You guys remember the show Home Improvement?
Oh?
Tim the Toolman Taylor, remember that?
Oh.
And didn't he remember he had that really high fence where you could barely see Wilson?
Yes.
Well, did you know before he had that really high fence, he had a really low fence?
Oh my god.
And the kids in the neighborhood used to call him Low Mr. T.
Yeah. He does listen, folks. He does listen.
More power.
Oh, it's good to have you back.
Less power. Ho, ho, ho. I'm low T. I'm low T, the two-man Taylor. Yes, we're right back at it. We've hit our stride right away.
Yes. It's like we didn't even take a break.
Low T, the toolman Taylor.
It's almost like we didn't miss an episode last night.
Hey, honey, you're not getting an erection. Oh? You seem to have enlarged breasts. Oh? By the way, no texts, no voicemails about Low Mr. T, Mr. Low T.
I listened.
I
know,
but you're one of the
for you, Rob.
co-hosts. I could tell you, I did not release the episode on Tuesday. I totally forgot. Got 0 messages. These two guys, Russell, they did not help me. Okay, we need you. Okay,
Yeah,
you're the glue / the other guy who cares about this.
The straw that stirs the drink.
I have to say, I was a little annoyed. I thought you guys were going to do 2 last time, and I was going to get through and not have to do this Bowie one. But I see you did not.
This Bowie thing has been hanging over our heads for months now.
True.
It is really just, it's out there.
We are up to album 206, and from 1977, it's David Bowie with his 11th album. And all my friends would love it if it was a rider. It's Low.
Oh, that's a pretty good joke.
That's a good joke.
Let's get right into the opening song. Of course, I didn't make one because I don't know any of these songs. Okay, I'm skipping the song. So let's get right into.
You've had like a month for this one.
Right. It's every week we're doing Low. Here it is.
You better introduce us then.
Dude.
You better introduce it. You better at least introduce
You
us.
could have at least done Subterranean, right?
Oh, you know what? I should have done one of the musicals at the end and just done it like I did my jazz ones. Okay, instead it's just a bunch of synth pop, like playing layers of sounds. Oh my God, how excited. Let's get into it. Guys, I've got 4 guys here, okay, who absolutely love it when an artist stops making fun pop songs and instead goes to Berlin to explore some soundscapes. Okay, that's our favorite bit. We love that thing. I'm here to see the soundscapes. Oh, my accents are unstoppable right now. The kid just fell asleep in the background. I don't know what that means. That's a bad sign. I've got Matt in Minneapolis. Matt, how are you doing?
Good, Rob. I think she actually just rolled her eyes, and that's what you were saying. But you're such a wonderful person, but you've got problems, Rob.
Yeah, she's like, Dad, I'm actually.
I'll never touch you.
Come on.
Matt, Rob just plowed through your quote like you wouldn't
He
believe.
did.
He was having none of it.
Snowplow.
Yeah.
Just snowplowed.
My kid was going to say, well, I like Brian Eno. That's what my kid said in the background. You guys couldn't hear it. She's a big Eno head.
I'll never touch you.
Rob treated Matt's quote like he was that actor Jeremy Renner when he got ran over by the snowplow.
Oh,
Get it?
wasn't that like his own snowplow? Did we ever find out what really happened with
Yeah,
that?
I think it
sure.
ran over him. I think it was left in gear and ran over him.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think a lot of snowplows make it up to private residences if it's not your own snowplow, right?
I gotta say, I almost know how he felt though, because I was on my bike and I was going across this road and I almost got hit by a steamroller one day. Can you imagine getting hit by a steamroller on a bike? Damn, that would suck. That would be bad.
It'd be like a cartoon.
Oh, and the first thing I would do is put my penis in front of it and be like, come on.
Whoa. Let's just see.
Yeah, let's just see. From certain angles, it's really big. From certain angles, it's so thin you could barely see it. I've got Russell in Minneapolis. Russell, how are you doing?
Rob, speaking of seeing it, don't look at the carpet. I did something awful on it.
Oh, I know what song that's from. Out in California, I've got Aaron. Now, Aaron was telling me that Yoda canonically has a last name. His last name is Leahy Who.
Oh, that's pretty. He's a yodeler. Rob, be my wife. Let's talk about David Bowie low.
Let's not.
Let's
Or not.
No,
or
we
is
have
this one
to.
we walk out on? Can we just walk out on this one?
Yes.
All of a sudden, the devil shows up and is like, you guys signed this contract. And we're like, no, we didn't.
Dr. Faustus.
So this should be a fast
expect to see
episode
you
then,
here.
right, guys? We should be
Breeze
firing through this
Go
one.
straight to the next one. There's no chance this goes on too long.
If you think I'm going to loop back to
Never.
Low T Man Taylor again, forget about it. Oh, let's get right into the voicemail.
You know, there was also that other TV show when we were kids, Friday Night Lights, with Coach Eric Taylor. And I heard like in between games, he would go out and get super high and smoke a bunch of weed, and they would call him Hi Mr. T.
Mr. High T. That's the British version.
Mr.
That's the BBC Friday Night Lights. Mr. High T.
I was wondering why those British guys have so much
Guys,
chest
that's
hair.
that's a good joke. You're gonna laugh when you hear that. And
Oh no, I get it. The British guys have a lot of chest hair because they always have high T.
He'd be like, clear eyes, full hearts, can't feel my nooks.
What exactly would it be like if you had too much testosterone?
you go bald. That's what happens.
Well, no.
Well,
Come
you guys all have full heads of hair.
no.
That's weird. That's strange. I don't have any hair. You guys have hair. I'm
Sure,
confused.
there's a TikTok channel.
Is there an
shows that.
inverse relationship, Aaron, or not?
Yes, extra testosterone receptors is why you lose your hair. You guys didn't know that?
What the hell makes your hair go white? Because I feel like I got fucked on this deal.
What if you have like a lot of pubic hair? Does that have something to do with your testosterone? Like a lot, and it's kind of crawling up like it's a vine. All right, let's
get a
into
razor.
Let's get into the voicemail. Today we have a text from a caller, and I gotta say, this one feels a little targeted. to
Okay.
me.
I went away on a trip with my partner. At the end of the trip, I put my dirty clothes in a trash bag. I placed my suitcase and dirty clothes by the door for my partner to put in the car. I asked my partner if he had put both bags in the car before we left. He said he had.
See, now I'm going to pause this right now because at this point, when the partner says that he's put both bags into the car, I guarantee that
he or she,
I guarantee that nothing's possibly going to go wrong. Okay, you can't possibly see another outcome to this story.
When we got home, I went to grab my bags out of the car and noticed the trash bag with my dirty clothes was missing. I asked my partner what he did with it. Turns out, he threw it in the trash. I'm curious how you guys would reconcile throwing your partner's clothes in the trash.
I mean, the voices were very good.
Maybe we could skip this call and also skip David Bowie tonight because I don't know if I need this in my life.
Just for no reason, I'm going to preemptively hop into the advice corner. Seems like it might be something we want to do.
Rob, are you implying like the movie Scream that this call may be coming from inside the house?
Yeah, exactly. And Russell, can I just say this? Okay, so obviously, Russell, you threw away half of your partner's clothes in the trash.
I did.
I'm sure at no point did you say they were in a trash bag. I put the trash bag in the trash. That's what makes sense. That's what you do with a trash bag.
Where you put the trash.
Who puts clothes in a trash bag?
I put you put your trash in a clothes bag?
What does a clothes bag look like?
Aaron, don't dig deeper in the joke. It was just a switcheroo joke.
No, it was a good joke. No,
I saw how you guys just stared at me. It was not a good joke. Now, Russell, can I say this before we get into it?
Yes.
This exact thing happened with my mom and dad one time where my mom put all of her clothes into a trash bag and my dad threw them all away. Okay. So I have nothing but sympathy for you. Okay. Because this is something that happens when you are putting your clothes into a trash bag. Now, what exactly happened here, Russell? What are we talking about?
Guys, we were up at Cole's Resort, got done with a wife swap. Man, you don't want to be taking home someone else's socks, right? You're not digging through a garbage bag. You don't know what's in there, right?
It's one of those red biohazard trash bags. Yeah. Get these clothes. We got to separate it from the rest of this.
You know how many needles I put in that bag? We got to get rid of that shit, right? So I was just getting ready. I was trying to get all our stuff ready, get us back home because we had a 4-hour drive. And so I was picking up all the bags, and there was definitely a large trash bag. And the day before, my family had all been in one cabin, and we were making a lot of drinks. We were making food, so it wouldn't have been unrealistic to think that there would be a large trash bag like sitting in the doorway, right?
Right.
And so I packed everything up, and at one point, this is where I don't really even want. We might have to bleep this out. This is where I was told, did you grab that like green or gray bag? And we had a green bag. And so I put the one bag that was clearly like a tote bag, Aaron.
Yeah.
We talked about tote bags.
Yeah, totes are nice.
I put it in there. And so we drove the 4 hours. So whole drive home. It was like, oh, that was such a fun weekend and everything. And we get home and we're not even 30 seconds out of the car. And the question is, where is the trash bag with my clothes? And it didn't even take me an eighth of a second to know. I know I didn't bring it, and I'm 99% sure I threw it in the trash.
Now, at any point, Russell, did you blame her?
No, I took.
So strong. You're so strong.
But part of it is, man, I don't know. I feel like Matt or Rob might answer this. Aaron, I feel like Aaron might not answer this. This was a top 3 as angry as she's been at me moment since we've known each other. Definitely top 3. Definitely top 3. And you know when you
so it's her fault, but she's mad at you.
Nope.
Yeah.
When you're wrong,
agree.
You're wrong. Sometimes when you're right, you're wrong. But this was all on me.
Hey, lady.
So then you just got to try to be quiet, right? Like you got to just try to diffuse.
So here's what I tried to do.
Go on the offensive.
First, I'm going to call my brother, see if they can grab, because it's not like they're turning that cabin around. It's kind of the end of the year. Maybe they can just grab it out of there, FedEx, so we can get everything back. Everything will be fine, right?
Oh,
call them. They had already dumped everything in a dumpster. They're not sending someone into a dumpster at a resort where they've got God knows what in there, right?
God.
So when I promised that, hey, we'll get it back, I immediately realized that was a mistake, and I should just. So we'll just say. You know what the worst thing about is? You guys will probably.
Well, I would guess it's most of her clothes being thrown in the garbage. That's probably the worst thing.
But part of it is when you go on like a 4 or 5 day trip, you take all your favorite things, right? Like if you're going to go running, you're taking all your favorite gear. You're taking your favorite shirt that you want to wear outside. You're taking your go-to things for like a 5-day trip like that, right?
Yeah, of course.
The most comfortable thing. So that's the worst part is I pitched all the favorite things.
Wow. So her favorite shirt,
pitch.
Russell, jeans?
Quartet here.
We're doing jeans?
Ripped. They're gone. All exercise gear gone.
Oof.
Wow. Everything gone. So then we get back.
All the top of the roster too. Just oof.
Oh. So I immediately fall in the grenade. I attempt to diffuse the situation as best as I can, which is not helping at all. Because my attempt of saying I didn't know they were your clothes, and her belief of you threw my clothes away, like there's a disconnect on the tracks on that one, if that makes sense.
Boy, this is tough because on one hand, Russell, you you fucked up. All right.
Big time. Yeah.
When you picked it up and it obviously was not full of bottles and cans.
When she made that point
Clap
to me,
your
Rob,
hands
that
and
was a
clap
very
your
good point.
hands.
And
Where it's at.
Yep. In the garbage.
Got
That's
two
where it's at, man.
tables and a microphone.
In the dumpster.
So then we had
Where
to
it's
go
at.
to. Then we had. She didn't have any. I don't have anything to wear this week. So then we had to do Target on
Nice.
a Labor Day. So it's like the madhouse of kids going back to school. It was a nightmare.
Oh, you guys go to school so late in Minnesota. It's so
And I'll
nice.
just say this too.
The madhouse.
I promised to replace everything, upgrade it in brand, and do 2 of whatever. And I'm
Whoa.
realizing this is financially kind of it was a big financial
Wow.
mistake.
Yeah.
What is your what's the limit on your credit
Oh,
card, Russell?
We're finding out.
Yeah,
We definitely
We're
went over the
stretching
Becton
those
and
limits.
Max.
All your clothes are Lululemon?
Yep, they
Yeah.
are now.
Well, yeah, what's the double upgrade from there? Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
That Lululemon bill was obscene. That I'm happy to pay it. That was part of my mistake. But Lululemon, those guys can go fuck themselves. There's no way a stretch pants should cost that much money. Have you guys ever done something like that? Pitch, Rob, you said your dad's done. Have you guys, Matt, you've done it?
100%.
I think we moved here, it's like 12 years ago now, and Sarah had a tote of like Christmas things, right? So like ornaments and
Mhm.
stuff you put out, stuff like that. And I don't remember throwing it or anything, but
Oh.
it clearly was me that threw it. And so like I have dumped a tote full of Sarah's Christmas things from back
Yeah.
when she was a kid and all that stuff. So I threw that away at one point.
Matt was like,
Wow.
there's not enough room for my inflatables in this garage. I got to throw some of this
Yeah,
shit
we
away.
gotta get rid of something.
Yeah.
So yes, I've been there, but I could not throw any money at that. I mean, like there's no replacing some of that stuff.
No
So
replacement value.
I feel your pain, Russell. I feel your pain.
Aaron, have you done it? You pitched
Never.
anything or not?
No, never. I don't really throw stuff away. So never throwing
Sorry,
anything
did you
out.
did you compost anything you weren't supposed to?
I think my bigger mistakes have been putting things in the dryer that should not have gone in the dryer. So it's like,
Oh.
hey, that thing was not supposed to
cares?
go in there. It's like it's shrunk now. So that's been my bigger mistake.
Oh, all your underwear is so small now. That's my mistake. I should never have done that.
How
That's
about you,
terrible.
Rob? Have you done it?
The worst I did is I think I talked about it before, but it was that time where we were driving 3 hours to the holiday, to the Christmas at the in-laws. And Jenny said, okay, put all these Christmas presents for my whole family into the trunk, like 6 presents. I said, okay. We got there. There was not a single present in the trunk. I didn't load a single one, did not do anything she said. We had to immediately go out to Walmart and brave the hordes of kids for Christmas shopping and buy them all new things. So that's about as close as I got.
You guys know what the biggest penalty for this for me has been? It's not the financial hit, although again, Lululemon is abusive.
It's been a couple weeks now, Russell.
But
Can I guess, Russell? It's that every time she wears something, she goes, I just don't like this shirt
no,
as much.
that's not even that, Rob.
Oh.
The thing is it's an attack on poor behavior of mine, which normally I could say like, hey, I'm fine doing it. So I'm very impatient at times. And so like when we're in the morning and we're ready to go, I'm kind of like, hey, let's get moving. I'm grabbing stuff. I'm packing it. I'm trying to keep us moving fast. And she's kind of taking her time. And now like when you make a mistake and you're acting like that, I kind of have lost the ability to kind of be, moving stuff along quicker than we should be, because look what happens when I do it. So I've
You move
I've
too
kind of
fast, people
right.
miss stuff.
Yeah.
Russell, this is the end of the beginning of your relationship where you have had the right to say, please hurry up. We're going to be late. The reservation was at 4:30. I thought we'd be ready to go by 4. Those days are firmly behind you, and they're never, ever coming back. Prepare to sit and flip through TV channels for 15 minutes while your wife partner puts on finishing touches. We all know exactly what we're talking about. And I have to say, this is also for all.
Saluting.
Oh, this is also for the partners.
Go.
Nice stuff, which is now
Nice.
filling up a landfill,
Yes.
In northern Minnesota.
never to come back. And we will always remember, because Russ will be reminded often. Every single trip. God, that
Do you
task
guys-
is longer than I thought. Jesus Christ.
Do you guys
That's
think it
very
would have
long.
helped me if I would have said, "Oh man, I like threw my favorite something in there and made up maybe a tall tale to kind of."
No.
I I kind of wanted to talk more about the nomenclature from this caller. It feels like we've moved from boyfriend to partner. It feels like we kind of buried the lead here. Feels like we've kind of stepped things up in a way.
I just had like an uncomfortable chill go down my spine. We better move along.
It feels like it shouldn't go unmentioned that there's been a shift.
And the weird thing is that when Russell buried the lead, it ended up right next to all of her stuff down in the landfill. That's where it was.
Never gonna get it back.
Yeah.
It's right there.
It's kind of like a pirate treasure, but it's just all of her stuff that she likes and none of Russell's. Okay. And Russell, I edited out the part where you kept saying over and over, she shouldn't have put it in a garbage bag. What's going on? So don't worry, Russell. I'll edit that out.
Hey, Rob, let's check out the bleep joke of the week. Why the she put that in a garbage bag?
Now, Russell, in the future, when you throw out garbage bags, are you going to have just the moment hesitation and be like, kind of give it a little shake, a little bit, see what's in there?
I don't think I can live my life like that. I got to live on the edge.
Oh, wow.
If I throw something away, it's good. Shit happens.
Lesson not learned. Rolling going. Aaron, how's it going with you?
Well, it's going great. Are we doing one rolling going tonight or two? Do we know? Am I rolling the dice?
Let's say one right now. We'll see.
Am I emptying the clip of my rolling's going?
Empty the clip.
Empty the clip.
Yep.
Keep
holding that trigger down.
I feel like I'm going to forget a week from now. I have to tell you guys, I went to the Oakland Ballers Game 3 of the first round of the Pioneer League playoffs last night. That's part of the reason.
Minor league baseball?
Minor league baseball. Wow. Yep.
Is this independent?
Independent, yeah. It's the inaugural season of the Oakland Ballers. They were playing against the YOLO High Wheelers. And they won on Thursday night 1-0 to force the third game of the playoffs. So I had to be there, right? If it's playoff baseball in Oakland, I've got to be there. So this is the fifth Ballers game of the year that I went to. They had a flash sale, $10 tickets for general admission, so I went. The Ballers, unfortunately, could not pull out the victory, so they lost 6-4 to the High Wheelers, and it was the final Ballers game of the season, but it was a great time was had by all. I had. They got a guy who calls himself the Mayor of Oakland who brings his hot dog. He's got like a hot dog cart that he like wears around his neck, sort of. So it's like a fully portable hot dog cart that he carries around the stands and says like hot dog. And so he brings it around up to the bleachers.
I think that's called a vendor, Aaron.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fair point.
Wait, is this guy the mayor? Is he like just doing this for fun, or is he an actual vendor there?
He's a vendor. Yeah, he's a vendor.
Okay,
but he likes to call himself the Mayor of Oakland. So the Mayor of Oakland dog. Rob, I said, hey, make me a dog like you would make it. And he said, well, there's the Mayor of Oakland dog. And it's a hot dog, Rob.
Yep.
Get it ready.
Yellow mustard.
Nice.
Spicy mustard.
Oh, double mustard.
Double mustard. I love it.
Sauerkraut.
Oh, don't kiss anybody after this hot dog.
Onions.
Oh my gosh.
Jalapenos.
Oh no. What a hot dog.
And I went for it. I went for the Mayor of Oakland dog.
Man.
So that was delicious and delightful. It's on a little potato roll. Yeah.
The Mayor of Oakland has bad diarrhea. I can tell you that right now. There's some problems with the Mayor of Oakland's GI tract.
That guy can't use single-ply toilet.
Actually, the only thing that went wrong with it was that then tonight we went out with a group of parents from while I was in school, and I thought I could wear the same pants tonight that I wore last night, and I pulled the pants off the bedroom floor and put them on, and they still had mustard on them. So I could not, I could not, in fact, wear the same pants from the night before because I ate the.
You have a stain on your pants. Well, actually, this is two stains. It's two kinds of mustard.
It's two different mustards.
Where'd you get that stain? Oh, the Mayor of Oakland gave it to me.
Rosie, did you tell your dinner date, your dinner guests or whatever that you had to get home to do your podcast? And did they ask about it?
Of course, they all know. Listen, all these people know about my podcast, but they don't listen. Yeah,
I like calling it Aaron's podcast. Man, I kind of like that. What do you think?
Aaron's podcast
from now on. I love it.
I think so. All know.
Hey, all of Aaron's dinner guests, check this out. Okay, this is the new sting for the podcast.
I am a footman, and I do have a foot fetish.
Nice.
But the thing that I want to tell you guys that I wanted to tell you last night was that it was quintessential Oakland, like an Oakland team losing their final playoff game at home is actually my sweet spot. Like if that's what's happening, it's great. The whole crowd stay until the end. You know they're going to do the Let's Go Oakland chants all the way to the end.
Yep.
You know that the game's going to be over. They're still going to be standing on their feet doing Let's Go Oakland chants. So all of it is just, I love it. I'll eat it up. I'll do it every time. But they also, as they finish, the game is over, 6-4 loss. Congratulations to the High Wheelers. Good luck against Missoula. And we're all chanting Let's Go Oakland. And they started playing Everybody Hurts over the
Are you serious?
What? They did it.
When they lost?
Yes.
No.
They played.
Wow,
So we're
don't
all
do that.
filing out. And they're playing
Taking our
Everybody
bit
Hurts.
here.
I know.
Somebody
they
gets it. Somebody gets
totally stole our bit. But I mean, congrats to the Ballers. Come back next year. Raimondi Park. It's a beautiful spot. You guys come out and see me anytime. It's a really fun time. It seats about 3,000 people. I love independent minor league baseball. Can't get enough. I'm a fan for life now.
Can you imagine, Ross, you go out to visit Aaron now, instead of going to the Coliseum and possibly seeing some people bone in the second level, you're going to go see them play the fuckton, the Akron fucktons, and like at the end,
Well,
they're going to play
we don't
Everybody
play anybody
Hurts.
east of the Mississippi. It's all west, western Mississippi. You're going to see some home runs, man, because that park is 321 down the line. It's 398 to center. It's 312 and left. And my car was parked just beyond the left field wall. So the 2 home runs that went out to left, I was like, I hope those hit the net, because if they don't, they're going to hit my car. So it's very.
And any minor league baseball fan who knows the field dimensions has got to look in the mirror. Like there's something wrong here.
Oh, it's a long fly ball.
It's one thing if you're at the Metrodome and it's 343, 408, 327, but for you to know a minor league park is pretty wild.
I went to 5 games this year. I feel like I'm a Ballers fan now. It's in my veins. I'm with it. So,
But beside the hot dog, what were the other food options at this thing? What were you pumped up about?
oh well, I didn't buy anything from the concession stand this time, but
You snuck stuff in? Nice.
They have food trucks there. So the last game I went to, I got some egg rolls. I got a chicken banh mi. Wallace got some chicken tenders. I think I got a veggie arepa for Anna. So like they got food trucks there. So they got some good stuff, man. They got great local beers. So we're bleeding into my next rolling going. They've got great NA beer options.
Hold on. Those food trucks probably don't support the team, though. You already lost one team for a lack of financial support.
Oh, Christ. Don't even.
Interesting.
Interesting thought.
Okay. All right. Next,
Let's pay these food truck guys.
Russell.
We're already killing it over here.
I'm not sneaking in food. I just bought stuff at the food truck.
Okay. How's the rolling going with Russell?
Things are going good. Things are going good. I actually took a couple flights in the last few days. We need to take a flight tonight. I got to share an experience.
For Beck Did It Better, plain old story time.
All right. These are the stories that I like. Tell us about the trip you're on. We're gonna hear about your flight tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So I was going to share a movie experience I want to share the 2 movies I watched with you guys, and then share an interesting twist on those 2 movies that I wanted to run by you guys to get your thoughts on. So on the way out, I'm going D2 Mighty Ducks 2 on the flight out.
Wow.
And then on the flight back,
Yep.
I'm going Varsity Blues.
The whipped cream scene, though. I mean, you gotta watch out.
That one wasn't as bad. The one that was bad was when they saw Miss Davis in the Adult Gentlemen's Club.
It's a tan.
I thought it might go quick, and I had to do the fast forward. I did the finger moved it forward. I was like,
for the rest of your life.
Yes.
But during the whipped cream scene, you did pause it and take pictures to send to us later. Is that true? Is that what I heard?
Did you elbow the person next to you and go, yeah?
Hey, check this out. Hey, I'll put it on your TV too.
Last night when the Ballers were down 2 going into the 9th, they did a movie montage of Hoosiers, Rudy, fucking Network, and then they Varsity Blues was in there too. Like they brought the whole thing together. We had some Varsity Blues, like the slow clap. It was amazing.
So the first, I wanted to share a few thoughts on Mighty Ducks with you guys, and then really my tour de force is on a major character thought on Varsity Blues. But first, D2 Mighty Ducks. At the very beginning, if you were to guess in Mighty Ducks, how old is Gordon Bombay? Because they say at the beginning of D2 how old he is. How old do you think Emilio Estevez's character, Gordon Bombay, is in the Mighty Ducks 1?
Don't forget, of course, he's got to be 21 because, of course, the movie starts with him getting a DUI and then having to coach kids, which is a thing a lot of people forget in this movie. Is that is the basis.
So he's at a high power law firm. So he's got an undergrad.
Yep.
So that's 22. He at least does 3 years, right, Russell? Is it 3 years for
3
a law
years for
degree?
law school. Yep.
Yeah. So he's at least
Probably
at
another
25.
6 months to pass the bar, right, Matt?
You know, and then he needs at least a solid 5 years to like get into his where he's not just the junior guy, he's actually doing his own stuff. So I'm going to go with 34 years old.
34.
Okay.
Aaron, you got a guess?
26 right here. I'm going 26.
I'm going to go right down the middle. I'll say 30.
So you guys are all much closer. I always figured Emilio Estevez in this movie is like a 45-year-old dude. Like I thought he was our age. I didn't. They got him at 29. Gordon Bombay was 29. What do you guys think of that? That like
I could see that.
That means Gordon Bombay is like 15, 16 years younger than Aaron.
Wow. That seems right. It tracks.
Right?
So that's it. But that's in number 2 or that's in number 1?
2 comes right afterwards. They win.
But
they win, and then he's playing in the minors and he gets hurt, and they say 29-year-old Gordon Bombay. Wow.
I'm trying to, because he hooks up with Charlie's mom, right? Isn't that
in
how
1, but she's not in 2 at all.
Okay, but
you know what it means. He was out tramping around, right, Rob?
You guys are
right. And the kids are probably 12, so maybe I can see it. It might work.
I was going to say knuckle puck, and I thought you guys would be impressed by that, but obviously you are not. You are bringing up a lot of facts I have never known.
Knuckle puck was definitely in this one. They're playing the Goodwill games in Los Angeles, and they're playing all these games. Another interesting thing. This one,
Russell, you know what I love about the Goodwill games?
Yeah,
it's games that have been already used.
I was thinking it's the cool T-shirts.
Yeah.
So the other thing you were talking about Charlie, Matt. Charlie was like the main kid character in 1, right? And he's a main kid character in 2, but he's not even close to one of the he's in probably the fewest amount of scenes of any of the kid players in the whole movie. He's barely in the movie.
Really?
You remember this?
Who's the main?
Charlie in 2?
Yeah.
Who are the main kids? Or is it those big enforcer types?
They bring in the other kids. Like there's the cowboy kid who's lassoing hockey players.
Yes.
There's the super fast skater Benny the Jet from The Sandlot who can't stop. There's the girl goalie, the cat from Bangor, Maine. He's in it. Wow. But if you guys remember at the end, Adam Banks comes back, the cake eater from Edina.
Okay.
And they don't have a roster spot. So Charlie gives up his roster spot for the championship game. Can you believe that?
Wow.
No way. So, it feels like D2 is sort of regarded as maybe the best Mighty Ducks movie, but where would you guys rank the Mighty Ducks?
Well, number one's got to be
it's got to be 1. Yeah.
Okay. Number 1's number 1. All right.
Yeah. But everything after 2 is a little bit of a stretch.
I don't remember anything from any of the Mighty Ducks movies. Okay. And I watch trash. I don't remember a single thing. Let's see what it is though. Mighty Ducks, Rotten Tomatoes. The rating on Rotten Tomatoes, 23%.
Oh, fuck that.
Okay.
What?
Tomatoes, the tomato meter's at 23%.
But is it the tomato meter? That's like the critics, and the fans was 65. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But we're not listening to the fans. Okay. We're listening to the critics, the experts on movies, Russell. They said 23%. Okay. D2, 20%. It is an inferior movie.
Wow.
20% on D2, huh?
Some of the reviews, here's a review for you. The sequel even more banal than the original, and it's difficult to take seriously the new film's position against the commercialism of sports, given Disney's NHL ties.
Is that lady from Oakland?
Hey.
I gotta say, it is crazy though, isn't it? That there is literally an NHL team named after this movie.
Rob,
that's wild.
That's what I wanted to bring up. The crazy thing is, and I'd forgotten about this when it happened. I remember it, but another thing, this Charlie Conway in the movie, he's pissed they have to wear red, white, and blue. He wants to wear Ducks colors, even though they're representing the USA, which immediately I'm like, okay, he might be a piece of shit then, right?
Quack.
Quack. Keep quacking, quack. Rob, play the quack.
Quack, quack, quack,
about
Mr. Ducksworth. Quack,
okay.
quack, quack.
In the championship game, they are playing Finland or Sweden or one of these Norwegian countries.
Be careful, John's listening.
In the championship game, they take off their USA colors in the third period and come out wearing the brand new Anaheim Ducks, like the Ducks NHL jerseys. I totally forgot that. You guys remember that?
I remember
that. Actually, I think that's treasonous, right? Like that feels like you shouldn't be able to do that.
Imagine an NFL team named the Air Buds. right? Or an NBA team named the Air up there. It wouldn't make any sense. Yet we just all accepted that there was a team based on a movie. And
then really they're named after the sleazeball lawyer, Mr. Duckworth, right?
Yes.
That's why they called the Ducks.
Mr. Duckworth. Quack, quack,
Yeah.
quack, Mr. Duckworth.
So now we get Mr. Duckworth gets to just carry everything through. Like, yeah, that's bullshit.
That's crazy.
Be like if they named the new Vegas basketball team the Ultimate Squirts, right?
And the people in the Ultimate Squirts movies were all wearing the official uniforms. You're like, wait a minute.
The other thing I was going to mention before I move on to Varsity Blues, this movie, I think, sold 1 billion rollerblades. They're rollerblades in half this movie. And I don't remember, do you remember any other movie that's ever highlighted rollerblades?
Yeah, I think you're right, Russell. Because I remember watching that movie and thinking, maybe I should get into rollerblade hockey. Knowing very well that A, I don't play hockey, and B, I can't skate on rollerblades. I tried to get rollerblades when I was younger. Terrifying.
Did you guys watch rollerblade hockey on ESPN as kids? It used to be on
every once in a while, for
100%.
like 3 minutes, and then it was.
yes.
So on the flight home, I see Varsity Blues, and the first thing I noticed at the end of this movie, this soundtrack for Varsity Blues might be the greatest movie soundtrack in the history of movies.
Really?
It's got this.
It's got Foo Fighters, right?
My Hero.
Yeah, I mean,
It's got Thunderstruck by Sprung Monkey. It's not the AC/DC version. Run by Collective Soul. Hot for Teacher, Rob.
Wow.
This is a banger of a soundtrack. But what I really wanted to bring up with you guys.
Can I just say this? That Foo Fighters song, that would be a great present for somebody having a new baby. I just think if somebody was having a baby, they would love to get that album.
Nice Guys finish. That'd be for the wife that's getting left now.
No. He's staying with his wife. He just announced that. I had
Well, let's see what she thinks about that.
Dave Grohl came out with this week. I can see from your guys' faces, you might not be up on.
I'm aware.
Oh, he had a baby from outside of his marriage.
Yeah, and he had to announce
I believe we call that outside of wedlock. Here.
Yeah.
It's so
very excited.
It's so great because he announced, he's like, I just want to let you know I had a baby from outside my marriage. I'm currently working with my family to regain their trust. And I was like,
you got to admit, it is kind of funny. Like, he kind of comes off as maybe a little holier than that. Like, I'm too perfect. Like, everyone loves me type of guy.
It's funny. Yeah,
it's funny, right?
Yeah, it's amusing. Yeah.
That's what Sarah said instantly. She's like, everybody kind of sees him as like the good guy in rock and roll, right? And everybody likes him kind of thing. So this will be interesting to see.
I'll tell you, there's one thing you can't do, and that's raw dog somebody who's not your wife and then blast deep inside and get her pregnant. That's one thing. Hey, when I took my vows for marriage, one thing I took seriously was not coming inside someone else and getting pregnant.
Rob, can you imagine if you had to split your inheritance with like some other kid like that?
Oh God! Oh, I didn't even think of that.
I remember that in the vows, right before Russell had to carry the statue out. It was like, I will also not
do what, Aaron?
Yeah.
I did it even more graphically too. Because it was a whole wet spot on the bed bit I did. I thought it was funny at the time. My mom gave me the wrap it up signal, which is what Dave Grohl should have gotten from his wife. Hey, wrap it up before you're out there deep dicking roadies.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
So my real thought on Varsity Blues is such a fun movie. You know how like the movie paints Bud Kilmer, the coach, 26 district titles, two state champions. He's the heel of the movie. He's the causing all the problems for all the players. Everyone's got to rebel against him. I have a different take on the movie. Mm-hmm. I think Jonathan Moxon, played by Dawson's Creek, is the real villain in the movie. I think he's a terrible guy. I think he's a terrible guy. Let me give you some of my thoughts and run this shit by you. He's the guy. He's the problem.
All right, let's hear it. Why is this?
First, his buddy Billy Bob gets a concussion and comes back to practice the next day, and the first play he wants to call is a hook and lateral to fucking Billy Bob. Who is calling a play to the guy who got post-concussion syndrome the next day?
In 1999 or whenever this came out, nobody talked about concussions. This is like the last 10 years it's been a thing. So
Right.
you used to just tape an aspirin to it.
You guys are wrong.
Roll.
In this movie, like Billy Bob's whole arc is he's got a concussion and he shouldn't be playing. That's why. But
then they said tape an aspirin to it and send it out there, right?
Either way, he's running plays for him. So here's the other thing on Moxon. So, Lance Harbor, Paul Walker wrecks his knee.
We're going
and
deep here.
Whipped cream bikini lady starts hitting on him. He doesn't like just.
You can't say Paul Walker without saying rest in peace.
R.I.P. Paul Walker. So
thank you.
Hey, he died doing what he loves. Driving cars in an incredibly dangerous manner. Who would have guessed that would kill him? That's crazy.
But it's for family. It's for family.
It really would be like if you found me dead jacking off, you'd be like, well, you know what I mean? He kind of Paul Walkered himself.
I mean, really,
yeah.
So, Rob, who would you choose to give the eulogy about you dying jacking off? Would it be one of the three of us, or you got somebody else in mind?
I think I would slay it. I would.
Yeah, Russell would kill it.
I think Sam would be the guy.
Oh my God, that'd be terrible. You know who it would be? Probably
Jeff
Joe
from
from
Apple
Woodbury.
Valley.
I think John. I think John would do a great job. I would have John come up. You would do an excellent job.
So Moxon, after he finds out that Harbor's girlfriend is now hitting on him, she invites him over. He doesn't like say, no, I shouldn't do it. He goes to the store to buy condoms. That's what he's doing. He goes to buy condoms to cheat on his buddy's girlfriend with the girlfriend.
He's trying not to Dave Grohl his.
Not only does he
girlfriend.
go to buy condoms, he doesn't buy them. He has his younger brother go buy condoms for him at the store. Then he goes to her house and where she puts on the whipped cream bikini. And then finally he becomes the good guy and he's like, I can't do this or whatever. I've got my girlfriend. The next day, he kisses her in school. He kisses her.
Oh, I forgot he had the girlfriend.
Yes, he's got the girlfriend.
Yeah.
He's got the girlfriend at the time. It's not just cheating on his buddy. It's cheating on his girlfriend. And then
that's starting to feel like he's got kind of like a fetish, right? Like he's not really being the good guy. He's like, ooh, I like to skirt the line here.
I like to. Yes, Aaron. Yes.
Yeah.
Can I just say this, guys?
Yeah.
If my wife showed up at your place in a whipped cream bikini,
I would call you
and
right
you
away.
said no, you would hear me turn off the camera in the closet and yell so loud. I would be furious. Even though you know my thoughts on whipped cream. It's not as fun as you think. It's all sticky. Terrible. We've talked about this.
Then he leaves and he goes and gets a 6-pack of beer. Underage drinking. He's drinking underage.
Oh, yeah.
It's Texas.
And then if you guys, we got to listen to the coaches and all this stuff. He's just changing the plays at will on the field. Like the coach is calling runs and he's like, fuck it. I'm going 5 wide. Like this kid is a loser. This kid is a loser. Like you guys know how the TV show or Cobra Kai kind of shows the different view. Like maybe Johnny Lawrence wasn't the bad guy in Karate Kid. Like that's the whole. I think Jonathan Moxon is the asshole in Varsity Blues. It's not Bud Kilmer.
Russell, that is one of the most brilliant takedowns of Varsity Blues that I've ever heard. I want you to make a Cobra Kai type special where he is actually
the
bad, where the bad guy is a child in the show.
Right.
I think that's a great idea. We haven't had a lot of shows where the bad guy is a child going against adults.
The Wicked-esque type thing.
100%, Russell. I absolutely love it. Russell, brilliant.
We're rolling going, Matt. How's it going with you?
Meanwhile, the guy sitting next to Russell is like, dude, I don't know. Like the kid just seems to be, it's a movie, I think. Like Russell's like, no, he is the bad guy.
It's a movie, I think.
You nudged me with the whipped cream bikini and then you're yelling at me about how bad this kid is. I can't take it anymore.
So the whipped cream bikini scene went by fast and it's kind of all covered up. But the scene with Miss Davis, I fast forward immediately because you're seeing everything. They don't block anything out on these flights. It's full frontal. And so I fast forward, but then I'm like, I missed like 15 minutes. And those Delta flight TVs, Matt, are not easy to just skip around. So I have to go back and I almost made it, but I think I missed like 2 to 3 minutes, but I couldn't risk it.
Are you saying you fast forwarded to get to the full frontal or you fast forwarded through the full frontal?
I fast forwarded through the full frontal.
Oh, that would be a bummer though if you tried to fast forward through it and you hit like pause and then you're like, no, and you're trying to push all these buttons and your screen freezes and everybody's like, this guy's a pervert.
About this movie, I forgot. There are so many good lines. I won't remember them all. I jotted them down, but like puke and rally, that's Billy Bob from that movie, right? Like, did you know that phrase ever before Varsity Blues, puke and rally?
Where did I first hear that phrase? I knew it before that bachelor party that one time. I know that for a fact. Yeah. And I
Matt, how's it going with you?
I did it.
Rob, can you play, this is kind of cliche, but Eddie and I were out, we were throwing bags and having a fire this evening. And I had my the current on. And Eddie goes, "Can we turn this off?" I'm like, "What do you mean turn it off?" He says, "I don't like you." So then I said, "Well, you want to listen to country?" Because he likes country. And I'm like, "You can listen to country. Just leave something on." And right away, Tennessee Whiskey came on.
Oh, nice.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Great song.
And he's like, I don't know if I like the song. He's and I'm like,
it's kind of a love song. I get that. How old is he? 8,
It's just
9?
a classic. He's
Undeniable,
9 now. So it's a great one. So we'll play this. I found some Zubas, guys.
Or you wearing them right now?
Wow.
No, but I brought them.
Did you? Now let me ask you this, Matt. Did you find them in a trash bag?
Found them in a trash bag about 4 hours away. But I think they're legit if they got this, right? Is there like new Zubas? I don't know if they're the old ones.
Yeah.
Or did they come out with newer ones? Do we know the Zubas?
I bought a pair of Viking Zubas like probably now 8 years ago. They're great, man. I'm telling you, Zubas should never have left.
These say Team Apparel. So I'm guessing these are.
I'm thrilled you guys call them Zubas and not Zubaz. I've heard people say Zubaz before. That really annoys me.
Zubaz, the losers, get out of here. Okay, same people who call them Gerbad jeans. Okay, we all know they're Jabos because we all owned them because we were cool.
Oh God, I got a story about that. So $11, turnstile.
Nice. Love it.
Good. So last night we were reffing a football game. We're down in bumfuck nowhere reffing a football game.
Yeah.
I don't
Kid
want
gets hurt.
your life.
Kid gets hurt. The trainer runs out. He's probably a 55-year-old guy. He's probably 50 pounds overweight, balding, and he's got the football shirt on. He's hustling out there.
Attacked.
And I turned to my buddy Eric from Eden Prairie, and I'm like, look at that. The guy had Jabos on. So
What? Are you serious?
Fuck nowhere, a guy had Jabos. Yeah, he had the little tag, right? He had like cream-colored pants that were Jabos. I'm like,
wow.
look at that.
You want to talk about goodwill? The goodwill,
Right.
games. I mean, getting a pair of Jabos. I don't even know where you do that anymore.
Right, that's what I thought too. So,
Aaron, this is going to ruin one of my Aaron or air out questions. But did you ever own Jabot jeans? Did you ever have them?
No, I think I was more of a guest man than a Jabot man.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
The cool kids at my school always had Jabot, and I didn't even know like where I would go buy them or how to ask my mom for clothes.
Yeah, I never had anything like that.
I don't think they were for guys with my shape too. I never saw Jabot jeans.
I think they purposely don't make them, but they don't want you wearing them, right?
I think you're right. We're more Russell. We're more Zubaz guys.
Wait, no, Ziggy wore Jabos. I wore Timbos and Jabos. It's in the song. I wore Timbos and Jabos. It's right there.
Find me a picture of him wearing it, and I'll believe it.
I'm going to research that right now.
Yeah, it's just right there in the song.
I've got great news.
Yes,
for everybody on this podcast call.
Yes,
you can now get Google Maps on your Apple Watch. I'll get Google Maps, so you don't have to use that fucked up Apple navigation system that they've got.
I mean, I haven't gotten lost yet.
Man, I cannot believe how bad that is. So we can get Google Maps on your watch now, Rob.
Thank God.
That's
Apple
my update
Maps,
there.
Fuck off. Don't need you anymore.
Right. No kidding. It's corn season up here, in the cornfields.
Wow. Wait, in this late in September?
Yeah, I mean, we go out to bumfuck nowhere, and they got just corn stands, so get a half a dozen ears of corn for $5 kind of a thing. And it used to always bug me because I used to have to shuck the corn.
Yep.
And then you have to boil like 3 or 4 ears or something like that. Do you know you could just cook it in the microwave and it
What
comes
if you
out?
got? What if you got paid $1?
You could just put ear
What if you
corn.
got
Don't
paid
shuck
$1
it.
for each ear of corn? What would that be?
About $13.
But like per ear, what would it be?
Oh my God, Aaron! I know what it is. It's a buck of shuck.
Matt wouldn't do it. Matt wouldn't give me the satisfaction.
What if you had like you had to pay to sit in the corner of a room and you had to pay like 12 guys to sit in the corner? What would that be, Rob?
In the corner.
A buck a cuck? I put that on a plate for you. How do you not hammer that, Rob?
What if a guy was taking care of the corn after he made sweet love to your wife and you watched? And then he felt bad afterwards. That's a buck of shuck from a cuck who says shucks. Well, we've hit the high point of this episode.
What about if you were at
this episode of our entire podcast?
What about if you were at Los Angeles for the Goodwill games and you had a quick pickup game of roller hockey and you had to practice? You would take a knuckle puck.
Yeah, I would take a buck of knuckle puck for the Ducks.
Yeah.
A buck of duck. If Gordon Bombay, if I was having sex with Gordon Bombay's wife while he was watching,
God.
and it was the Mighty Cucks, I mean, is that the ultimate parody or what?
The only one better would be by Mike Tyson's Donkey Punch Out, I think.
There's no way there's not a Mighty Cucks porno out there. Right? It has to exist.
Oh my
and if
God.
it doesn't, Rob, you're gonna have to make it.
I do this one all the way up to the knuckle. I mean,
oh God.
What?
Okay, maybe I shouldn't.
Maybe I didn't say which knuckle. Maybe it's just the first. That's not even a doctor.
I don't know. What?
Like this, look at my knuckle. I mean, that one, oh, look how short that middle finger is. Who could I ever?
It's just a little tiny middle finger.
Just a little guy.
Just so small.
So, back to my.
We're all thinking of things that rhyme with cuck. We're like,
yeah, sorry, Matt. I apologize.
So, this is a game changer for me. You can cook corn in the microwave. So, you put one ear in, don't leave the whatever
that's
shuck
crazy.
on. And for 4 minutes, and it comes out perfect. You just cut the end off where it's attached, and it just kind of comes out.
You don't need to get them wet beforehand. You don't need to get them wet. It just works.
It just works.
And all
so
the silk comes off and everything.
That's
when
it
you do
dries.
one ear at a time. So I've got it's a game changer.
Wow.
So
I was going to blow your mind and tell you the perfect way to cook corn, I think, is to put it in cold water, get the water to boiling, and then right when it boils, you're done. That's the perfect amount to cook corn. Okay, but nobody's ever impressed when I show them that because nobody has ever said, God, there's got to be a better way to cook this corn. But now you've blown my mind with this microwave.
Wow.
Yeah. 4 minutes. If you got two, you put it in, add 2 minutes for every additional ear you've got. So if you've got 2 ears, cook it for 6 in the microwave.
This is
comes right out. You're good.
This is on the Matt Mount Rushmore of food tricks right next to the eggs in the Tupperware. We had a guest at our house this morning that was whisking eggs in the morning, and I was like
yelled.
Embarrassed for them. Yes.
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
Yes.
And then they're like, next I'm going to cut cherry tomatoes. And you're like, do you even listen to the show?
4 years of cooking tips. And you
do you notice the show I have playing on a loop on this laptop to get more downloads? You haven't been listening?
Didn't I airdrop this to you every time you come to my apartment?
You're not going to even boil those dandelion greens? What the hell?
I was sitting the other day and I was playing video games. So, of course, I need to listen to a podcast at the same time because I need total stimulation to not think about my life.
I have to.
And I said to Alexa, please pick a random number between 1 and 205. And then whatever number it picked, that's the episode I listened to of the podcast. Fiona Apple, guess what? Absolute banger. I was laughing
Hey, it
my
was her
ass
birthday
off.
this week. Happy birthday, Fiona Apple. She turned 47 this week. I listened to Fetch the Bolt Cutters today. It was great.
Just listen to the first 10.
Listen to Fetch the Bolt Cutters.
Listen. Listen.
I just
Listen
wanna
to
be
the
inclusive.
first. Listen to the first 10 minutes of that episode. You guys all try to do the intro. It's very, very good. I highly recommend it. Okay.
Aaron claims his family like Rob claims his podcast. I listened to this album, my podcast.
I know. I should. Yep. We were listening.
There you go.
Fiona Apple today.
All right. Sorry to interrupt, Matt. But Matt,
No, that's it.
we're going to try.
That was my tips. That's what I had written down on my list. So Rob,
Those are marvelous.
Rob, rolling going. How's it going with you?
Let me tell you what's going on here is that basically I am feeling a little bit older. Went to the doctor and they told me I got to start taking a baby aspirin every day. And it turns out, guess what? You know what's delicious? Baby aspirin. They taste awesome. I'm eating like 2 or 3 a day. It's great. And then last weekend, I was standing in the shower. And here's the deal. I think I was doing some extreme soaping or something. Because the next thing I knew, I fell out of the shower. I fell all the way to the ground.
Wait.
I grabbed my speaker, because of course I have a podcast going because I can't think about my life at any time. I grab a speaker on the way down. It somehow did slow me enough. I landed on the ground. I fell out of the shower.
Is this a tub or is this
It's
like
a tub.
walk-in
It's a
shower?
tub.
Oh,
It's a
Out
tub.
of the tub. That's bad.
are you okay? Are you bruised?
I had a bruise on my
you're
elbow and I landed with my hand in a fist like I was in the fucking Avengers. It was actually pretty cool, except it's a huge fat naked guy falling out of the shower.
Did the curtain go down with you too?
The
or
curtain
not?
did not go down. The curtain stayed up. It was amazing. And then when I came out, I go, I just fell out of the shower. Like this is a whole nother thing of my life that I didn't even know I had to be worried about. And now I am.
Did you finish the shower or just get up and turn the shower off? And
no, I had to go back in and finish the shower.
Are you much more careful now? Are you like tiptoeing around?
It's
are you like
all I think about now when I'm in the shower is that I'm not going to fall. It was absolutely terrifying. Number one, I blame my kid because does she have her own bathroom with the exact same shower head? The exact same shower? Yeah, she does. Does she only shower in our bathroom? Of course she does. And I don't know what shampoo she's using, but it's some sort of new scientific shit that's so slippery. It makes the whole tub so slippery that when I was doing my extreme soaping, I just tipped over.
It wasn't your soap. It wasn't your soap.
It was not my soap. Okay. I'm extreme soaping almost every time I'm in there. When I'm soaping, it's extreme soaping. All right. And I fell out. I just could not.
You're at the age, Rob, where like a fall could be very serious.
Yeah. Thank you for telling me that. And then guess what the worst part would be?
What's that?
I'm wearing a sling. People are going to say, how'd you hurt yourself? I'm going to be like, I fell out of the shower.
Rob, you'd have to just smile at him and kind of be like, you know.
We're gonna have to get Rob one of those necklace things that has the little help by falling. They can't get up.
Yeah,
little buttons.
Help! I want somebody to talk to. Beep beep beep. Come get me. So then I went out and I said, Jenny, I just fell out of the shower. She goes, oh yeah, I heard a big crash.
But she didn't come in.
At no point were you going to come see what the big crash was? What's going on? That didn't concern you at all?
Rob, if you would have fallen and crushed your dog and you guys had to go out and buy a new litter of dogs, how much would it cost? A buck a pug? A buck a pug? A buck a pug?
Russell, this is a safe space. No? We can listen, Russell, we can workshop our jokes here. This is great.
We got time.
I love it.
Rob will edit it.
Now, well, no, I'm not going to edit that one. That was so great. Buck a pug. Bug. Oh, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to try to step on Russell's toe. So yeah, that was my joyous weekend falling out of the shower. And then of course it might surprise you. Do you think I told everybody I know that day I had fallen out of the shower?
For sure.
Of course I did.
Yeah.
What do you think led to
that
that
stuff?
You know, part of me though wonders, I was talking about this with someone because you take baths and part of me thinks like getting in and out of a bath is a dangerous move. Like I feel like you're asking to fall because you're putting wet hands on the side. You're getting up.
Mm-hmm.
You were just standing in the shower and went down, huh?
I'll tell you, here's the key. Now, I am back on my bath before work shit, okay? I am waking up at 6. I am taking a bath from 6 to 6:10 every day. Russell, the key to a bath is you pre-wet the floor. That way, when I lie down, I can slide around. Do I want my ears underwater? Do I want my feet underwater? I can slide back and forth going from mode A to mode B.
What do you mean by pre-wet the floor?
I spray the floor before I get on. Otherwise, when I lie down in the bath, I don't really want to say this. My body blocks the water from getting to the back half of the bathtub like it's the Hoover Dam.
So you don't fill up the tub and then get in it. You sit down in the tub and turn the water.
Yeah, of course. That makes the bath longer. And then what I do is that it fills up and then I drain out all the water. And then I fill it up again and I drain out all the water. And I fill it up and I drain out. I probably go through 4 iterations of a bath every bath.
Wow.
Yeah, I live in an apartment building. Fuck those guys. Okay, I can use as much hot water as I want. Anyway, I'm on my bath shit.
I rarely take baths, but I've never not filled the tub to the level I want to be and then gotten in.
What if the water's the wrong temperature?
Then you turn it on hot, a little hotter. Yeah,
but you can't have scalding hot water pouring on you while you're sitting in the bathroom.
I'm in the tub. Oh, sometimes that feels good if you angle it just right. Okay. I'll tell you what, though, when my wife comes in and both feet are up next to the faucet and it's just hitting my taint with so hot water, that's an embarrassing place to be. And I have to tell her, I fell in the shower. Anyway,
do you think Aaron's got his headphones on? Do you think he's hearing this?
I bet he's hearing this. He's probably, you know what he's doing right now? He's taking a shower. I swear, if Aaron's trying to be like Russell, I got sick during the podcast, I have to go throw up. Guess what, Aaron? You're not off the hook. You have to stay the whole time. Okay. We let Russell go early. Don't try to copy that. We never copy jokes on this show. Listen, we are talking about Low by David Bowie. Chronologically, we last left Bowie making Station to Station in LA. And if we remember Station to Station that had Fame on it, Bowie was his character, the thin white Duke, which was very fitting because he got very thin because he was doing a shitload of cocaine. It was his favorite thing to do. He does not remember making that album. If you remember, he was living just on milk and peppers and weighed 90 pounds. So at this point, he's also going to be in a movie called The Man Who Fell to Earth. We talked about that last time. He's going to do the soundtrack, but he is so fucking blasted that at some point the director says to him, hey, send us some music for the soundtrack. Now imagine saying this to David Bowie. Send us some music for the soundtrack, and we're going to use that and some music from some other artists. And so David Bowie said, oh, you're going to use other people's music too? Well, go fuck yourself. I'm not going to give you any music for this movie that I'm starring in. Absolutely not. And eventually, he sent the director of that movie this album with a note that said, this is what I wanted the soundtrack to be, and it would have been marvelous. So that already is kind of setting the tone for this album. He is not only, he goes to Berlin. He is trying to get off drugs. That's why this album is named Low because it's the absolute opposite of high. Also on the cover, he's profile, so it's kind of low profile because he's trying to get away from that life. He's trying to reset. And he goes and he meets Brian Eno when he's on tour as the Thin White Duke. He goes and he pairs up with Iggy Pop, who he knew from the Stooges from doing a tour. And he's working on Iggy Pop's first album, The Idiot, where basically he is now has a whole new method of making music where he's doing the backing track first, and then he's doing the lyrics and the melody last. So he's totally rethinking how he makes music. And basically, The Idiot with Iggy Pop is kind of thought to be the start of what's called the Berlin Trilogy. Now, when you go on, let's say you're desperate to talk about this album, and you go on the David Bowie Reddit, and you ask them, why does anybody like the album Blow? I cannot get into it. I don't understand it. But David Bowie Reddit loves Low. They think it's like the highlight of his entire career. They think
sides,
it's
the whole thing?
Yes.
Side one and side two?
And the reason is that now he is working with this Brian Eno, who became famous for doing soundscapes and synthesizers. And it's this whole, I know, I'm just telling you, and it's this whole reimagining of the music. This Brian Eno, of course, made ambient music, worked with U2, Talking Heads, Coldplay. And get this, you know what, probably Brian Eno, what I know him best for inventing? This sound right here. Tell me what this is.
Is it the THX sound?
The waterbed?
It's very close to the THX sound. It is the Microsoft 95 opening sound.
Nice.
That was invented by Brian Eno. So just kind of give you an idea of what his vibe was overall. And so pretty much Low now is this album of these totally different David Bowie songs. The first half is like real kind of more pop music. The second half is Brian Eno taking over synthesizer-inspired soundscapes. Don't turn off the episode. Don't turn off the episode when I say that, okay? Please, don't do it. All right? So it's a totally different album. I got to admit, when I looked at this album, I was like, I don't recognize any of these songs. And then when I played it, I was like, I don't get what any of these songs are doing. But what I read was it influenced a lot of post-punk things like Joy Division, Nine Inch Nails, Arcade Fire. Especially, this is one of the most famous drum sounds of all time. Apparently, he put a harmonizer on the snare so Brian Eno could change the pitch. And apparently now that's what every band does. So when you listen to these snare drums on this album, understand that's like a revolutionary sound.
This is all the way through or just the second half?
I think actually on the first. I have a song where I'm going to point it out.
Because I do enjoy the first half of the album, actually.
Well, let's get right into it. Matt.
I was just say you get started. I'm going to give away my rolling going partially right now. I think the reason this is on the list right here is because of the Wikipedia, because of everything you just said. You know, people are just like, oh, this has to be a top album. You know, given this and who it influenced and what happened with kind of the, you know, the Talking Head movement in the early '80s and stuff. This came out in '77, right?
Yes, 77.
Yeah, you know, so it was, you know, kind of leading the way of all this stuff. I don't think it's a great album personally, but
hell no, it's not a great
everything behind it, the Wikipedia behind it, that's why it's up here.
Yeah, first half, I thought Talking Heads too, man. I thought it's a poor version of less exciting version of Talking Heads on the first.
Yeah, less exciting is probably the better. Yeah. I haven't thought about it that way, but that's a good reason.
I have to give credit to somebody who replied to my Reddit post, and they said, I've learned to distinguish albums that are important and albums that are good. And this one is the former. And I was like, yeah.
That's a good way to say it.
I'll tell you, David Bowie fans love this album. So, listen to the drums here. You kind of hear that. Yeah.
It sounds like Rolling Stones.
But it
Next-
also sounds like Saved by the Bell. I don't know. I mean, like, it's hard to tell. Yeah, like, yes, I'm sure this album spawned a lot of important stuff in a way. Keep playing.
It feels a little like, I don't know enough about where like Bowie lived, but I bet he was like a New York guy. This feels like a New York Rolling Stone type. We've got our New York artist that he's friends with, kind of the counterculture, and so we got to like this, right?
Now, I will say this. I know for a fact David Bowie lived in New York because a school I taught at, his kids went there. And so
Because Rob has seen him in New York.
He passed away before I got there, but I worked with people who had him and Amon come in for parent-teacher conferences.
Awesome.
Whoa.
And I was like, that would blow my fucking mind. And I said, what was it like?
Right.
And she said, they were wearing so much perfume. It just smelled like flowers in there. And there's these two gorgeous people. And actually, if you look up David Bowie in like the 90s, 2000s, he was going like super normcore, kind of wearing like just normal clothes around New York City. It's great to see him in like dad shoes, like the shoes you'd wear to mow the lawn. It's great. This is Breaking Glass, looking back at his drug era. But all it makes me think of, is there anything worse than when you break glass in your kitchen? It just ruins your whole
terrifying, right?
morning,
Like,
right?
is there glass and everything? Right.
Oh,
I just knocked down a globe over a sink.
mm-hmm.
I was trying to clean some blinds. So I pulled, knocked the globe, fell into the sink, and shattered and scared the living bejesus out of me.
Oh,
yeah,
terrifying. I dropped I had a 4-cup measuring cup, Pyrex. But you know what? It was the little P Pyrex. So you know it's the shitty stuff. You got to look at the capital P Pyrex. That's the real stuff. And it shattered and it went all over. And I just get so mad.
Crack.
Oh, I get so mad when I do it. And Jenny's like, why are you so mad? And I was like, I don't know. It just makes me mad when I break glass. And now I got to do all this shit. And I know somebody's still going to step in it. Nobody ever does, but still.
The upstairs roommate had this really nice snow globe that her grandma gave her, and I actually shattered that a while back too. It was really bad.
Oh, boy.
You know what? Actually, guys,
Did you
that
throw it in
didn't
the trash
happen.
bag?
Yeah,
Guys,
throw it
that
in the
didn't
trash.
happen. Actually, that didn't happen. See, throwing away some clothes doesn't seem like that big of a deal, does it? It's not like it was some memento.
Yeah.
Who would do such a
Russell, I'm going to clip that. That's going to be our trailer for the episode. I'm going to release that as its own episode. Just you saying that. What's the big deal?
Yeah.
Can you add a relax?
What's the deal with that?
Russell, can you add a relax so I can edit that onto the end too?
Relax.
There you go. I love it. What in the world? You can hear the synths here from Brian Eno.
Here's where, Matt, I was with you on the some type of Talking Heads or some of those bands we've listened to.
100%.
But if they're coming in 7-8 years before that,
Yeah, when is
They're
the Talking
about
Heads
3 or 4. They're about 3 or 4 years. Talking Heads are like 78, 79.
Well, they did Fear of Music in 79, but like Remain in the Light, which we've covered, is 1980. But they're definitely jamming on this record. You know that. And they worked with Brian Eno, of course. Sound and Vision. This was my favorite song on the album.
Yeah, this is the best. Yeah, to me, it's the best track on the album.
you guys, there were some texts about kind of taking shots at this a little bit when we were texting back and forth for the last few weeks. And at this point in the album, I'm like, what are we talking about? This is good. This is fun. Yeah, right?
Yes. I mean, I think the first half of the album, and then once you hit this, you're like, we're in the groove. This is Bowie. It's danceable. It's rock. It works. Agree.
But this doesn't pass the Russell test. There's no commercial hits on it. So this does not pass the Russell test.
No,
But these songs all feel similar to the songs we've liked of his before. Some of them, right?
Listen to the drums here. Yeah, I think so, for sure. This reminded me of kind of vintage Bowie. The next song is an autobiographical story. Always crashing in the same car. It's when a coke dealer ripped him off and he drove around a parking garage smashing into things.
That sounds fun. Have you guys had those moments in your car where you're like, I kind of wish I could just crash into stuff right now? That happened to me today. I was like, God, I just wish I could drive over this curb and like smash some stuff, you know? That doesn't happen to you guys? Okay, cool.
No, the family's all in the car and you're saying,
No, I was by myself.
oh, okay.
Driving home from the farmer's market, trying to,
Yeah. You got two hands full of stone fruit.
right?
Jesus take the wheel.
Last week of stone fruit.
Oh,
What do we get at the farmer's market? We used to have this food thing every week. And how do we not know what you got at the
yeah.
farmer's
What did you get at the farmer's market here that made you want to
Yeah,
crash
well,
your car?
it's probably the last week of stonefruits. So I went and got some nectarines, and then I got 2 varieties. There's only 2 varieties of peaches left at the Double Wild Farm. So there's the O. Henrys, which are like a classic, like yellow peach, and then there's the Kaueas, which are like a little more tart, I feel.
Are these cling fruit?
No, they're all freestone. Yeah, they're freestone. And then they got Warren
fucked.
pears right now. These Warren pears are super fucking good. So I got some Warren pears, and then I didn't get a lot at the farmer's market because I was trying to be quick. And then I got some strawberries from Lucero Farms. I got these like very little strawberries. I like those. And then I got a whole chicken
all
and
fruit?
some beef. No, I got some meat as well.
Can I ask you something, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Do you ever think the farmer's market is scamming you? Because I'm convinced we have a farmer's market here in Roosevelt Island, and we'll go and they'll have like apples, and they'll say, new batch from the farm.
Yeah.
They'll have like homemade yogurt, sausage, stuff like that, right?
Sure.
And then they'll have bananas. And I'm like,
There's
motherfuckers,
no bananas at the
I know you fuckers aren't
farmer's
growing
market.
bananas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know they're just buying shit from a grocery store outside of New York City and
Or a
hauling it in.
wholesaler. Yeah.
No, there's no bananas at the farmer's market. But I've been going to the farmer's market for almost 15 years now, and I go to the same stands year after year after year. So I know, like, if they tell me this is a Charlotte melon, it's a Charlotte melon. If it's a Charentane, I know it's a Charentane. Like, if the kid tells me the yellow canary is his favorite this week, it's the yellow canary. I know it. So
I don't trust it because I think these are a bunch of Amish guys that all look like they're in the movie Deliverance. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell who the workers are because they all look exactly the same. They have like a square head. They look like Roblox guys running around. It's crazy.
Well, we have this conversation in my house because I'm like, I will only get peaches from what used to be known as the Peach Jamboree and is now known as Double Wild. And Anna's like, I think Blossom Bluff is just as good. I'm like, no, Blossom Bluff is suspect.
Oh, why would she
Those
say that
guys
to
are
you?
suspect.
Why would she say that to you, Aaron? Just talking to you like you
because-
don't know which is better?
These all
tell you
sound like strip clubs to me. All these peach subsidiaries.
All these peach shops.
Also, I was going to ask you, Aaron, about pears.
Hey,
When you
if I
buy
pay
a
you
pear-
$20, will you freestone me in the back room?
I want to talk
Nope,
about pears.
I'm a clinger.
I'm pretty new to pears, but I want to talk to you about pears.
Easy
Let's
of the
talk about it.
pits, please.
Yeah. Hey, can I hold these pears?
I was going to ask you about pears. Aaron, when you eat a pear, do you eat it like in your hand, like an apple, or do you slice it up? And if you do eat it in your hand, do you eat it like all the way down to the point where it like breaks in two, or what's your pear eating style?
That's a great question.
I don't think I've ever eaten a pear in hand. I'm always a slice the pear because I love it and I like it with yogurt and granola. So I'm always like a slice the pear guy, or like maybe a couple of slices on the road. I've never eaten one. Have you eaten one just as an apple, Russell?
I don't think I've ever eaten them sliced, but I don't really get them and eat them very often. But I eat it like an apple to the point where it like has nothing left and it like breaks.
I
in
like
two.
that. I'm going to try that. I like that.
And to think that you guys were roommates at one point. Okay. And it truly was like the odd couple, except boring as shit.
You guys know anybody? That eats an apple like eats the whole thing, leaves
The
nothing?
core and everything?
Yeah.
No chance.
That's
I had a kid
savage
do
shit.
that at school once.
Yeah, that's
for
crazy.
sure. Yeah, that was the
Wait, do you
kid
know
that
somebody,
ate.
Matt?
Yeah, a neighbor across the street when I was growing up. Like that. This is fucking nuts.
Occasionally, I'll take down like a whole peanut shell. Like if you're at the game and
Sure, you can try it.
Yeah, right.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I have a buddy who does that, and then I try it, and it's not very...
Honey, why are you yelling so loud when you're shitting? Ate a whole peanut
hurts.
shell. The thing about eating an apple all the way through is that normally the middle part would be like the best part, right? Like if you're thinking about like candy, the middle part is always the best part. Like that's my fruit is candy, right?
How many licks does it take to get to the middle of the? What's that song?
Yeah.
Little Kim
that's
licks.
the-
How many licks?
Oh,
And that's Cisco, too, isn't it? Yeah.
wow. Remember, his hair was gray because he thought he was Moses for bringing down the tablets because he thought the song was that
Hit
good.
Little Kim, how many licks? Whatever that song
let's
is.
hear it.
I mean, what else are we gonna ever talk about this song?
What do you like? Oh, I think it's called What Do You Like?
I know somebody who had Lil Kim in for one of her first plastic surgeries. She was helping her out when she was getting one of her first plastic surgeries. So I always thought that was nice.
Oh, no, it is called How Many Licks?
Oh, this song is. How is this album not on the list? This was a Winamp classic.
But his mouth and thorny He was a talent.
Wait, is Cisco not in the video? He's got to be in the video, right?
Guys, I'll be right back.
Oh, he really is.
He really is coming back.
He's just going to leave us watching.
Isn't his daughter in the back of the room
At the
right now?
farmer's
I
market.
think so, yeah.
Yeah, he's in his daughter's room.
I'm pretty sure she's asleep. We're going hotel room style.
Oh, God.
This is an amazing video.
Hot as
It's
hell.
pretty good video.
Lil Kim is hot. Oh, crazy. And she is one where if you look at Lil Kim now, okay, we got to turn this off. We're not going to watch anything else.
Yeah.
If you look at Lil Kim now,
Nope.
she has done that cool plastic surgery thing where you're like, just one more is not going to hurt. One more can't possibly hurt. And it turns out it really does. So that's a fun way for Rob to end this fun story.
What's the next song?
Imagine coming in, though. I guess it would be depressing. Like if you were married to me.
We've reached the point, Matt.
If you were married, stop it. Don't say that. This is not the Rubicon. Okay.
Rob, we're doing 2 episodes
This time
tonight.
where I start this time where I start talking is not the Rubicon of the show, like you think it is. If you were married to me, though, and you heard a giant crash in the bathroom, it probably is like when we think a guy is dead in Vegas, where you're like, well, I'm not going in there because that's going to ruin my day. Because you can imagine
What am I going to do?
moving my body, like just having to move my body. Well, I don't want to find the paramedics, with him passed out of the shower with a shampoo bottle up his ass or whatever. What are you going to do? You're just going to drag me around? Yeah, right. Be my wife. This is about his failing marriage. Mine's right now is at like a D-, so I'm actually doing
This is like an 11 song album. We're at 6 and we're going strong here.
I love it. Yeah,
Very strong.
It's true.
We're getting close to maybe a stretch.
Boston Final, you'd be like, I'm having fun. I'm liking this album.
Probably why the diehards I think of like the Pearl Jam songs. I know some deep cuts that I just love and just obscure stuff. They probably love this because nobody else, they're not commercial hits.
I'm telling you, well, guess what the true David Bowie fans like? If you're a hardcore on the Reddit, because these people answer my question in 15 minutes. I got like 30 replies. They love the back half of this album, which is all instrumentals.
Oh, this feels like we're saying we like stuff because we're too cool for everything else. We're too cool for
It's
normal
like if you're an Outkast fan and you say you love Andre's flute music.
Love the flute music. Oh, God.
He's playing live like in November at the Fox Theater in Atlanta. He's playing the flute music.
I don't know. The videos I've seen of him doing this live are not great.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll say it again to that flute music. My wife and I made love to it. Excellent. Perfect.
Wait, you did? Wait, have you said that already?
And then we fell asleep with the album on, and the last song is so loud on that album. It gets super loud that we were both awoken from our slumber. It was terrible.
That's funny. The flute music wakes you up, but your alarm doesn't wake you up.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's address this.
For everyone who's wondering why our episodes are coming out late over the next few weeks, it's because we had a plan last night to record at midnight.
Listen.
And a lot of people have had a lot of stuff going on. They made time to be ready for midnight.
Shuffling left, shuffling right.
So
up,
plan
down.
is we're recording
People
at
waited up while
12.
I was in a baseball game.
We're recording at midnight Central, 1 a.m. Rob's time,
Yep.
correct?
No problem. I now listen.
Rob said, "Don't rush. It's the weekend."
Don't rush. I got
So
nothing going on.
first of
All
all, you
weekend.
have to
Rob,
understand.
let us give us our perspective,
Quotes?
and then you
Okay.
can talk.
Unquote.
Okay.
So we get on, and Matt and I are texting. I think Aaron's about to get on. And so we text and we say, hey, I'm just sitting in the waiting room. I'm sitting in the Zoom waiting room. It's probably 12:05, 12:10. Aaron jumps on. Aaron's in the Zoom waiting room. So we give it a while. We figure Rob's fallen asleep at this point, which is understandable. It's 1:15 is his time. And so Matt throws out, hey, if it hits 12:15, we're out, right? I confirm. And it's 12:15. We immediately all bail. There was no, like, if Rob would have came on at 12:17 and said, "Are we good to go?" It would not have happened. Rob, stick up for yourself here.
It's 10 o'clock. I say, listen, I tell Jenny, I'm going to sleep, but I'm recording. It's so late tonight I'm recording. I'm not going to tell you when. She has been taking caffeine all day because she had a 4-hour workout. Now, why did she have a 4-hour workout? Part of it. What were we doing on Friday when we were going to record?
Trying to pick you up off the bathroom floor.
Yeah, that's probably part of it. The other part of it is, of course, and this is a thing, Russell, that I think you should do, actually. I think this is pretty cool, is that because we were both going for Team USA to South Africa, we had a photo shoot done of us lifting weights at the gym in our Team USA singlets.
Awesome.
We're going to need to see these photos.
Which is awesome until you realize you were doing this in public in a gym where nobody really knows you. So you just have a photographer taking pictures of you in a Team USA singlet with your wife, including pictures where you are kissing on a bench press, picking her up on your back, stuff like that. Okay? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's going up. That's going up on the photo wall.
Oh, 100%.
That's the next towel
Okay.
right there.
Oh, here's one where my dick comes out my leg. Okay. Anyway, so just modeling like that made me. Oh, and then a famous fitness model came into the gym after. Like this like instantly when you saw her, you're like, oh, this is a famous
Trish Stratus from WWE fame. Attitude Era.
Trish Stratus.
It was actually China, and she was wearing a singlet, and you'll never guess where there was a big bulge.
Okay.
There's another. Just one more.
Now,
Be okay.
Nope, there was just that one. Trust me, I saw it, a lot of it. Early internet stuff for me. Naked China. Just naked people I'm not even attracted to. I was like, the internet's so great, I can do whatever I want.
I think I purchased the China Playboy from an airport once.
You didn't steal it, did you?
I think Aaron might have been with me. Some of these college guys
you
might
guys
have
are
been
buying porno together?
Is China still alive?
I don't think so. No,
Man.
she's
She
dead.
passed.
She was
right?
going to make. I read that she was trying to make a comeback, but it's not going well.
Yeah, guys,
I
she's
thought she
dead.
might have died.
She's
She's
DEAD dead.
Yeah, I
Big
think
time.
she's, yeah.
Okay, she died of big itis. Okay, it's a
No,
serious disease.
no,
Stop.
no.
It's a serious disease. Now, man,
No.
if I ever ask you when we're in the
Well,
airport,
she died in 2016.
Yeah, of
Well, I don't know
course.
what story I'm reading. Yeah, I had no idea. I swear
what
I
it
thought
was. It was a serious diagnosis. By the way, I'm going to bleep that so people can only imagine what I'm going to say. Now, Matt, if I'm in the airport with you in Vegas this year and I turn to you and say, hey, Matt, do you want to buy some pornography together? You need to kill me because I've been taken over by an alien. That is not me. I would never say that. Okay, I don't care how famous the wrestler is on the cover. I'm not buying porno with my bros.
Rob is more likely to say, you want to steal it with me.
Oh, that's true, actually.
It was awkward. It was awkward when you'd go to Schindler's and then somebody would be like, hey, you want to go behind the wall? Be like, I guess, you know, and then you're like looking at magazines and like, I'd rather go look at baseball cards.
Yeah.
Instead of standing by you here.
Yeah,
but it's your weird shit.
You know what, though? I get it because that porno draw when you're younger was so strong. I'll tell you, this Wegovy stuff I'm on now, you know, those appetite suppressant, it's suppressing everything, guys. I'm just kind of like reading The Economist at night. What? Okay, I should be reading, instead of The Economist, I should be reading girlswhofist.com. Listen. What? Why? Economist.
Why?
Girls Who Fist. Because it's a joke. You do think I'm happy about making that joke? My kid's having a sleepover right next door.
Your other kid is sleeping behind you.
But other kids sleeping behind me, and I just said Economist or Girls Who Fist.
The girls just want to have funamist.
You heard me pause. I tried to think of other things. Oh, Kiss. See, I could have done Kiss. Shoot. Okay, right away. My bad. Going to take the blame on
Twist
that one.
also rhymes. Yeah, they can just do the twist.
Oh, again, like we did last summer.
Orange twist.
I thought
War
this
is
next
our.
song. I thought this was the pivotal song. So, I'm in this song and I'm thinking there's the instrumental before that gets a little bit strange or ambient or whatever the soundscape, whatever you want to call it, and then it comes back with another one, and I'm like, oof, wasn't expecting that. And then part of me thought, well, maybe if you like this song, the album is still good. But then you get through this one, and there's another like 15 minutes of.
It's a lot
of borderline.
Feels like I'm on Arrakis.
Yeah, bad.
Definitely the Dune soundtrack.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we don't need to rehash. Right? I mean,
these blast songs are long too. They're not
very long.
They're not 2-3 minute bops. They're all 6-7. The album's 38 minutes, and I think 20 minutes are in the last 4 instrumentals.
Yeah, it feels way longer. Yeah. This like, I mean, it's like Secret Life of Plants stuff. Like, it's fine, I guess, if this is what you're going for, but it's so jarring after there is some good grooves on the first half.
Yeah,
that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Now, this is Art Decade. I do have to admit I know this song because it was the first dance at my wedding. So I probably should have said that earlier. That's on
Full
me.
disclosure.
Weeping Wall.
Was this the song they were playing when you were kissing on the bench at the weightlifting arena today?
This sounds like, what does this sound like? This sounds like you should be like running from a bad guy in a lawyer procedural movie. Doesn't it? It's like,
Yes.
it's,
This is Law and Order SVU.
this
Yeah.
is actually David Bowie playing each instrument on this. But I can tell you, I think if I gave Russell like iTunes, like a GarageBand in a
Yeah,
week.
just let somebody go sit in a studio for a week straight.
I want to use a phrase for these last 4 or 5 songs, but I don't want to disparage the music, but I'm going to disparage the ranking here in a little bit. This is bad.
Subtrans, okay, from the movie. This is actually was in the movie Man Who Fell from Earth. Okay, but Subtrans, I mean, that makes me think about those ghoulies. Look out, Aaron. They're going to pop out of your toilet and get you. Have you ever seen the movie Ghoulies?
You might be surprised to learn that I have not.
Hey, you guys. That
The
one.
Goonies are popping out of the toilet and biting us? Chunk?
All very surprising.
Okay. By the way, again, Chunk. Number of times I was forced to do the truffle shuffle growing up. Terrible. Okay. By my dad, who would record a podcast in my room at night, and he thought that was normal.
Rob, who's your Mount Rushmore of overweight? We got Billy Bob, overweight movie characters. You got Chunk, you got Billy Bob. Who else is rounding out your
Chunk? I mean, Chunk is so much higher. Chunk is just so in the stratosphere of large movie characters. Like I can't even think of a close second. Like who else would there be even?
I mean, you got the Goldberg goalie from the Mighty Ducks. He's kind of the kid.
Ham. What about Ham from Sandlot?
Oh, Ham is pretty good.
Hate that movie.
Yep. I forgot. We've had that discussion.
That's such a bad take.
It's not actually. Actually, a lot of people like it. They think it's
Aaron, are you drinking Surge?
No, I'm drinking a Sierra Trail Pass NA IPA.
Rating system.
NA.
I really enjoyed the NA beers lately.
Now listen, okay, we are doing the rating system. We don't care about this album. Okay, the whole thing's back instrumental. We couldn't care less. What we care about is that this is at 206. All right, is this 206 a perfect place for David Bowie? Listen, it's David Bowie. Front half, great. Second half, experimental, fun. Okay, or is this too much David Bowie? Okay, is this a little too far? Is this a little too fancy pants for us? All right, what do we think? Rolling Well Toned. This is a great place to have it at 206. Rolling Boned. Okay, it should have been lower on the list, which of course would be a lower number this time. Okay, this is the one time where it actually is going to work out. Lower on the list, lower number earlier. We could have covered this earlier. Or is this a rolling groan? We should not have to hear this album here. It's a rolling groan. It should be higher on the list, which of course is a higher number. That makes perfect sense to me. What do we think? Russell, I got to say, you put it in my tickler file. You're going to say something about the ranking. So I'm going to call on you first.
Well, I'll start with a callback. If you were going to pay me for this one, I'd give it $1 a yuck. Because I'm going to say this. I'm not going to call the music this. This ranking is dog shit. There is no way this album should be this high. The last 4 or 5 songs is the majority of the album. You can't tell me that you didn't want to turn this off by like War Wazawa or whatever that song was.
Russell,
there's no way.
There's not. I just didn't want to. I did.
Yes.
Okay. There's no way I listened to this whole album. There's no way.
I'm going to say Rolling Groan. I was baffled why it was not higher about 6-7 songs through, and I'm baffled that it's on the list now. This to me seems like it's the counterculture fans that want to like something that streamline, the normal music fans don't like. So I think this is wrong. This is Rolling Groan for me.
This would be the tour though that I would have gone to see David Bowie on. I'd be like, oh, come on, we're going to Low. And I'd be like, huh? What the fuck?
Hop in the truck.
Matt, what do you think? Rolling Well Toned, Rolling Bone, or Rolling Groan? Low by David Bowie.
I have yet to ever say this on the podcast, I think. But like the fact that there's only one Pearl Jam album on this list and then this album is on,
Yes.
like just baffles me. Like, I try not to bring the things like that. And of course, at 214, we've got Tom Petty coming up, which, by the way, if anybody hasn't got into, is it Bad Monkey on, I think it's on Apple TV.
Was that a good one?
It's so
Vince
far
Vaughn, right?
it's great. It's fun, Vince Vaughn, but all of the songs are Tom Petty covers, and so
Nice.
the soundtrack is awesome as well. So
I mean, that reminds me of my dorm room when I had the Tom Petty covers. There's a picture
on
of
your
Tom
sheets?
Petty on my bed covers, and the women always thought they were sleeping next to a dead body. So that was very.
So I'm going to say Rolling Ground. I don't know if this should even. I mean, we'll see when we get in like the 3s and 400s.
Don't say that. Please don't say that, Matt. That's
Matt,
sick.
Matt's mentioning 300-400s, and I don't mean to get ahead on the Eagles next week, but it feels like we hit a tier on these two albums for me.
I think you're right. This is where you really have to, like, when you say these albums to people, they never say, "Oh yeah, that would be fun to cover that album." It's more like, "Oh, I've never heard of that. You need to explain it to me."
No way.
Like, oh, you're a psycho. You're going home to talk to people on Zoom about this album. Why would you do that to yourself?
You're going to go to sleep for 3 hours, then wake up at 1 o'clock and record a podcast.
I wondered for part of today whether it was even worth my wireless headphones going down in battery over it. I was like, dude, wow. Would I rather not charge the headphones again than to keep going here?
Wow. Matt, just for the person who upkeeps the Beck Did It Better wiki, what do you say? Rolling well-toned, rolling bone, or rolling groan?
Rolling groan.
Aaron, rolling well-toned, rolling bone, or rolling groan? By the way, if you are doing the wiki, please don't. Nobody's ever going to look.
That's a sick thing to do.
Yeah.
I can't improve on anything Rustler Matt said. I don't want to disparage the dead. I really was looking forward to another David Bowie album, and then I did not enjoy this one. It's Rolling Groan.
Unfortunately, you guys once again are incorrect.
What? See, I don't think we are. You guys think do you think we're incorrect?
No,
I really don't think we're incorrect. I think this should have been the time that you changed it up and said you guys are correct.
You know what, man?
We are correct.
After I say this factual statement.
Hey, Rob, also, no. Also, after some of those jokes we had to bleep out or delete earlier, you might want to just cut your losses and not go for this one, too.
Oh, yeah, I just looked. You might be right. Listen, Matt, you're going to apologize to me after you hear this joke, okay? Get ready. And I want you to think about it. If you think it's good, if you think this is worth it, you're going to apologize to me. This is a rolling condone. Okay? What? If this is what you make after you do cocaine, I am never doing cocaine. Okay?
Yes,
cocaine must rule because this seems like you're in a terrible spot in your life.
I thought for sure the last half of this was heroin or cocaine induced.
No, this is the opposite. This is when you're like, hey, I better stop doing cocaine. I'd listen to someone and be like, bro, we gotta start blowing more cocaine. I don't know why I said blowing. Are you a cop? No, I would just love to blow cocaine with you. Listen, next up, we have an album with a song. Now, this is crazy. I did not know this backstory, and I don't like to give away what I'm going to talk about with the album next week, but I think this is so interesting. There's a song about when a female in Italy took Glenn Frey's wallet. Glenn Frey, member of the Eagle. Just the Eagles. And he had to identify her. So this is in Italy. He goes to the police station. He has to identify this woman. At the police station, they did a lineup. They had all these Italian women. Jesus Christ, I'm so excited, my microphone. He had all these Italian women line up. Okay? And he said, sir, witchy woman take your wallet? And Glenn Frey was like, witchy woman? Damn, that's a great idea.
When you're so good with the impressions.
Greatest albums of all time.
Is that Mario?
It's me.
But you're just too lazy to
Witchy
look
woman.
it up online.
Witchy woman did Bowser take it to his castle? I can just tell you this. If somebody kidnapped my girlfriend, I would never say woohoo for a jump, no matter what.
Rob, I was going to mention to you, I was actually looking at an adult site the other day, and I finally gave in and I gave him my credit card, and it turns out they're going to charge me $1 a dryer stuck.
Oh my God, I forgot that this is the part of the podcast where we do this.
It's time to say.
I was thinking about when I did actually pay for one of those sites once. I cannot get into that story right now. I'll tell you that right now. Oh shit. God damn it.
What's that?
I just looked at the news and it turns out the Oakland Ballers are moving to Vegas. I wrote that shit down so fast.
Hey, wait, Rob, let's just don't pause yet. Just wait like 8 minutes and then tell that story you're going to have to tell about paying for the site.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
It's
Like 8
so
minutes or
dirty.
so. Yeah, we got to make sure the diehards are sticking around. And the other people have.
Oh, and that's when my roommate came back when I wasn't expecting her to come back. What?